there! Welcome to the start of a new vlog. Mac has decided to join us. So for this vlog, I'm going to be marathon reading some books. It's the weekend, and the week between Christmas and New Year's, I was really sick, and I barely got any reading done, and it was super frustrating. So I wanted to start off the first weekend of the new year just spending time with some books and relaxing. Luke is really busy this weekend, so it's just going to be me at the house with the pets. Still overcoming my cold, so I really don't want to go anywhere. But I have a few books lined up. It's a little ambitious for the weekend. First one is Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. Mac, don't eat it. I absolutely adored Mary. It was one of my favorite books of last year. It came out on the latter end of 2023, and the premise just calls out to me. This has been compared to Rosemary's Baby, which is one of my absolute favorite horror movies of all time, and Salem's Lot, which is one of my favorite Stephen King books. Oh, this just sounds so good. It's about a couple who have a new baby, and the birth was apparently really complicated, and she's been paralyzed, so she has a lot of resentment towards the baby and her husband at the moment. There's probably some postpartum depression going on, or some more horrific stuff going on. And the couple, they're a little bit struggling with what they're going to do housing-wise, and they get entered into a lottery, and they win said lottery to get this apartment at this upscale apartment building. So much like Rosemary's Baby. I'm just picturing the apartment building in Rosemary's Baby, which I think is called... Oh, what is the apartment building called? It's famous. Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. The Dakota? I think it's called the Dakota. Which if you just Google that, or Google Rosemary's Baby apartment building, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm envisioning for this. And the husband, Reid, dismisses disturbing events and Anna's deep unease and paranoia as the price of living in New York. People are odd, but he can't explain the needle-like marks on the baby. Ooh, super excited about this one. And next is a Stephen King book I have not read, and I love my copy of Firestarter. Oh, excuse me. Still have a cold. I remember seeing clips of the movie, but I've never seen the entire movie. I'm just gonna picture Drew Barrymore's angry face during like all of this. But this is about a couple who participate in a government drug trial, and they give birth to a baby with telekinetic abilities. And the government wants her to be used as a weapon, and I think this also is like more of like a road on the run story, which I love. It's been a minute since I've read classic King, so I'm super excited. I have a goal in 2024 to read at least one Stephen King book a month until I'm done with his entire works. This is going to bleed into more years because he has quite a lengthy bibliography. Besides Stephen King, his other pseudonym, Richard Bachman, and I know he's done some other works with other authors too, and I think he did a book with his son, Owen. So really excited about this one. The last one is Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reid. I've really just been reading horror recently, and I wanted to read, I've heard this is still a horror book, so it's not that far from what I've read, but this is more of a darker, twisted kind of fantasy with some body horror elements. And I don't know how to describe this. I think I'll try and describe it if I actually try and pick it up, but I think it's a play on a darker play on a fairy tale with this magical city and sisters and witches, and I have not read Ava Reid. I've heard good things. I'm excited to get this one, hopefully get to all three of these, but this is the TBR for this video, and we're off. I'm gonna get cozy, I'm gonna get a little more coffee, snuggle on the couch, put on some ambiance, YouTube video, and get to reading because it's the weekend. And I've been cooped up for way too long not reading. So let's get to it. One thing, I think I'm gonna start with Nestlings first, just because it's been a very anticipated read for me, so I'm gonna start with Nestlings. Hi there! I'm about 60 pages into Nestlings. I'm really liking it. I think I figured out why I like Nat Cassidy so much as a horror writer. Not only can he write really unsettling, scary, bloody stuff, he can also write characters that you feel for on such a high emotional level. And I don't think there's some, I'm not gonna name names, but there's some horror writers that I've read even recently that have just, like, you just don't care enough about the character the way that even male writers can write and portray women in not a great way. And I don't feel that way about Nat Cassidy at all. I thought how he wrote Mary, about this woman who's in her middle-aged years dealing with menopause, and now he's writing a woman dealing with not only postpartum depression but a new disability. And I think he writes female main characters so well. This is really good so far. It's really eerie, it's really creepy. I totally see the parallels with Rosemary's Baby so far within the first 60 pages. I'm excited to see where this goes, but I'm gonna take a break. It's time to feed the dogs and then feed myself, and I might watch an episode of something but then dive back into reading because I'm really liking this. I have my thrown together messy taco dinner and then I'm gonna continue watching Silo. I really love it so far. I know it's a book series, but I cannot add or buy any more books right now. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna pick back up with Nestlings. Hi, good morning. It is the next day. It's almost noon. If you hear Rosie, she has a toy. She's really excited. And I just wanted to give a little reading update on Nestlings. I'm exactly halfway through. I really love this. I really love it. I've tabbed a lot of it already. It tackles a lot of issues like mental health and PDD and how that affects not only the mother but the family, the husband, and the child as well, and just a lot of internal dialogue with that, and guilt and chronic pain and disability. And I like the lens that Nat Cassidy chose to use for that. And it's getting creepy. Even like the building itself is so unsettling, and we have like little nuggets of stuff that's glaringly wrong, and it's one of those instances where you're just like yelling at the book like, you guys need to leave like now. Leave now. But you know, there's a lot of different things that are keeping them there. They have lower rent, it's in a desirable location, it's accommodating for Anna's disability. Oh my god, I'm so sick of being sick. Still have like, so gross, like the leftoverness of it that hasn't escaped my body yet. So sick of it. Anyway, I plan to finish this today. I don't think it'll be a challenge. The chapters are very short, it just flows so seamlessly, and you just want to keep reading. It's very much my experience with Mary as well. I just wanted to keep reading. I'm very interested to see where the story takes me. Love this. I'm really happy this is one of my first reads of the new year. I have a really good feeling about this. Yeah, just take it easy. I don't have any plans because I've been sick, so the weekend I wanted was to just read a ton, and I'm so glad that I have this to accompany me. I might edit a video that I want to post tomorrow, which would be Sunday. I want to get a jump start on today and finish that and have it ready to upload tomorrow. Anyway, that's the plan today. Read, some editing, and yeah, hopefully finish Nestlings. Okay, hi. I'm reading more. I'm a little bit over 200 pages. Shit has officially hit the fan in Nestlings. Oof. Oof. I just want to keep reading. I have a little bit less than 100 pages. I'm way more confident now that it's been a few hours to finish this tonight, and I want to because it's so good. Oh, Nat Cassidy, such a good writer. I'm so excited to finish this. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Oh my god, I finished Nestlings. I did not expect this horror book to make me so emotional. Tear up. This is so good. Nat Cassidy. And the author's note at the end how much this was such a painful book for him to write because of a horrible year he had in 2021. Like him and his wife had a lot of horrible things happen during that year, and the book just tackles so many issues within it, and it's all handled so well. Motherhood, what it means to be a mother, postpartum depression, disability. It has an amazing disability rep on Anna. Anna's such a badass character. Anti-Semitism and feeling like you don't belong because of your heritage. One part at the end that just got me. Like, what a masterful writer he is. I can't wait to see what he does next. I'll probably have more thoughts in the morning. I'm really tired. And I'm still fighting this cold. Just like a really great way to start off the year. With an awesome book. And a really good horror story. Besides being like an emotional gut punch, this is a really great horror story. Like, I got freaked out a couple of times. And it was really unique, too. It was such a unique take on... I mean, I'm not spoiling this for anyone. Like, I think you can gather from it being compared to Salem's Lot that it has to do with vampires. But it was such a unique take on that. And, oh, I loved it. The setting and the atmosphere, and it was just bloody and gross and disgusting. Yeah, I loved it. Ugh. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll probably have more to say about this in the morning, but yeah. Oh, great way to start this vlog off. And the new year. Hello, good morning. It is early. I slept okay, and the lighting is not my friend right now. Okay, good morning. I look so tired. You know, ain't that just the way? Right? Just some Moose is rubbing up against the tripod. Moosey! Oh, he's like, I'm camera shy. Good morning. It is Sunday. The end of the weekend. Hello. The end of the weekend. I want to prioritize. I want to read for at least 3 solid hours today. Hey! No. Yes, move. Workday starts tomorrow. I just want some peace and quiet. And since I finished Nestlings, I think I'm going to start Juniper and Thorn. Because... Come here. He's such a good boy. I think I'm going to start Juniper and Thorn just to break up the horror, because the other read is Firestarter, and I know it is more of a dark fantasy. So that's the plan. I'm going to make some, hey, be nice, love bite. I think I'm going to have some coffee, make some breakfast, and I think I'm going to go back to bed and read. I might fall asleep, but hopefully I don't. Hey, happy Sunday, guys. Hi there. Oh, I still look so tired. I'm reading for a little bit over an hour. I'm about 60 pages into Juniper and Thorn. I'm really liking it. I have not read Ava Reid before. This is my first works of her. I know she's very beloved. Very beautiful writer. There's no question of that. It took me a second to get into this because you're just thrown into this world and all these long names, and there's a history that's unfolding too, and you're kind of yeah, it took me a second to get into, but I'm really enjoying it so far. The blurb on the back is it's throwing a lot. The blurb on the back is a little confusing, even just try to explain to you, so I'm just gonna do the best I can with what I've read so far. Juniper and Thorn follows Marlishin, I think it's how you pronounce it. She's a witch. She's the youngest of 3 daughters of a cursed wizard living in a city that's kind of transforming due to capitalism and industry, and kind of leaving magic behind. They're the last witches in the city of Oblia. All 3 sisters have unique kinds of magical gifts. One's a healer, one can not very well see the future, and then Marlishin, she can like touch you and tell you what is wrong with you or what your ailment is. And they're kind of just around for entertainment in the city. They're like a novelty at this point because the city is coming into, like I said, like a big swarm of industry, and their father sequesters them within the home. He doesn't want them to venture out into Oblia, and he just doesn't trust it, and so they say clients come to their house and pay them for their wares. But the 3 sisters at the beginning of the book sneak out of the house and go to a ballet where Marlishin sees and briefly meets the principal dancer Sebastian or Sevas, and has hit with some loving feelings. But their father doesn't discover this, but when Sebastian comes to their house seeking help, mainly wanting to see Marlishin again, he puts up a spell that makes their visits, is going to make their visits less and less frequent outside of the house. And so that's where I'm at the moment. But I am really liking this. I'm excited to read more. It took a second to get into, but I'm liking it. So Mac's barking. Alright, but I'll check back in later. Hi, a little update. I'm exactly 100 pages into Juniper and Thorn. Still really like it. Still think Ava Reid's writing's really great. I'm not even at the 2-hour mark yet, but I'm going to stop and get some lunch and start to get ready because we're going over for an early dinner at my in-laws around 4 o'clock. I have heard this is actually really, really dark and messed up. I haven't gotten to that part yet. It's still very much in the early parts of the story, but I am really enjoying it, and I'm excited for some dark, I don't know if I should say I'm excited. I'm very interested in this dark, twisty fantasy. So I'll update you all later. I'm really glad that I've taken the day to set aside a swath of time to read uninterrupted. It's been very, very nice and exactly what I need before I go into the work week. Hello, little update. I'm all ready to go out, even though I have a little bit more time. It's only 2 o'clock, so I have to leave about 3:30. And I have about an hour left on my sanctioned 3-hour reading time today. The Globes are tonight. Aren't the Golden Globes important? Nah. Do I still enjoy watching them and thirsting after actors? Yes. I'm a big movie person. I'm a big movie buff. I'm a big movie nerd. So I just like to be in the know a little bit, even if it's all bullshit. Yep. But there are a few movies I'm looking forward to, rooting for tonight. But I don't know. The whole time I was making and eating lunch and then getting ready, I kept thinking about Juniper and Thorn and how much I wanted to get back to it. The story's just about to get super interesting. Malashin has figured out a loophole, or figured out a way to get out of the house and meet with Sebastian and warn him about her father's curse, that if he steps foot anywhere on their property, he will turn into a pile of vipers. And she cannot leave without black sand in her pocket. I'm very interested to see what happens next. It keeps going. It is ending up like a pretty dark fairy tale, and I really like that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm a little bit over 100 pages in. I have an hour left. Hour and a half until I have to leave. And yeah, an hour left of my reading time, so I'm gonna get to it. Okay, I have to leave in like 10 minutes. So I'm about 150 pages into Juniper and Thorn. Ooh, things just got really complicated and interesting. Yeah, I'm bummed I have to put this down. I'm bummed I have to put this down, but maybe I will actually pick it up during the Globes and just have the Globes on in the background because you don't have to pay attention too hard to it except when the winners are announced. But yeah, I'm really liking this so far. More fantasy. Hi, a little update. Is Monday. It's late afternoon. I've pretty much finished my work day. It's gonna be dark soon. It's the only thing I don't like about winter is how dark it gets so early in the day, especially in the Midwest. So excited to pick up Juniper and Thorn. I've been thinking about it all day today and I just want to read it and hopefully finish it or get close to finishing it today. Do I make coffee? Do I make more coffee? Am I gonna regret it? I might make some matcha. I think I need some caffeine. So I think I'm actually gonna have coffee. I think I'm gonna make some more coffee. It's getting later in the day. I'm probably gonna regret this. I'm just not gonna have a lot. I won't have a lot. I'm still gonna be up until like 11:30 anyway. Oh, I also... Sorry, I didn't talk about last night at all because I ended up watching the Golden Globes and only reading a little bit. I'm on page 200 now of Juniper and Thorn. I'm going to continue reading. I'm losing daylight, but I want to say the Golden Globes were so... Like, the actual show was probably the worst one I've seen in years. It was so bad. Like, I'm not talking about the winners or anything, or the nominees, but like the actual show, like the script and the host. It was so bad. It was painful to watch. I did want to give a little reading update. I am on page 200 and this is really dark. I mean, like, I would highly suggest looking up trigger warnings for this because there's a few points in the book that are brought up more recently are related to sexual assault and abuse, and it's not something I've heard this book is dark, but I guess I viewed it more as a dark fantasy, but not so much in that realm. It did catch me off guard quite a bit, so just so you know, I don't want to give spoilers. The story is moving along pretty quickly, and I don't know, like, I want to know about this monster. Like I'm a good chunk, there's like this much left of the book, so I'm like, where's this monster? What are they talking about? I do like Marlishan as a character a lot. I feel for her, and I have a lot of empathy for her. and the world that she's had to live in the life that she's had to live in the same house as her sisters and her horrible father. How it's written, I think it's really beautifully written. I think there's no question that Ava Reid has a lot of talent in writing. Almost done. Want to read more tonight, and I will update you all later. Hi there, a little reading update. It's about 9:30. I finished Juniper and Thorn. Wow. I was a little worried the last time I checked in that I was like, man, I don't know if this is for me. Like, I like the dark fantasy element, like the gothic element to it, but I don't know, the story, is it just meandering? But no, it really came together like the last 50 pages. Like, I was like, this is awesome. I really liked it. I like the writing. The only thing I will say that there was more than once that I thought the writing was really repetitive. That's the only thing that really bothered me about this book, is that her descriptors were used a lot. Especially there was one descriptor in particular that had to do with a woman's breast, and all I'm gonna say is if I had to read Knotted with Cold one more time, I thought I was gonna throw this book. No, I did really like it. I will definitely pick up more Ava Reid. I know she has another release coming out this year that I'm super excited about. Yeah, I think this is a solid 4 stars for me. 4.25 maybe. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. Glad I read it. It really wowed me. It made me feel disgusted, but also like made my heart get all giddy towards the end. Kick my feet a little bit because of the romance. Like, ew. It is very dark. Very, very dark. With the gothic dark fantasy element, but also with some certain triggers that I would look up before you read this if you have sensitivity to any of that. And I will check back with y'all tomorrow. I'm going to probably go to bed soon, but we still have we have 2 books read so far in this vlog, and I consider that awesome. And we have one more I want to get to before ending this vlog. How long is it? How long is Firestarter? Less than 400 pages. But I do want to read this one this week. It is a work week, so yeah, it does. That's the only bad thing. Ah, yeah, I'm feeling great. Good reads this vlog. All right, bye. Good morning. Guess who slept like absolute garbage? Ugh, yeah. It sucks because I have a decent amount of work today and this week. So I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I'm very happy that I got to these 2 books that I really, really liked. I know I finished this last night, but I can't stop thinking about it this morning. I almost want to reread it again, and that's awesome. I'm gonna pick up her other book at some point, The Wolf and the Woodsman. That's supposed to be in the same universe as this, or same fantasy world as this, so that's exciting. Didn't get to Firestarter, but I still want to read it this month. Like I said, I want to keep that goal going of 1 King book a month this year. If I get more, great. But I want the minimum to be at least 1. I'm excited. These were both really great. And I was filling out my book journal, and yeah, I'm just really glad I started off the year with some great reads. And I had some great reading time as I was recovering from being sick. The reason I think I'm going to end this vlog early is that I'm going to release another video, so you're gonna have 2 this week, so I don't feel that bad about ending it early, but I'm really sorry if you wanted to hear my thoughts on Firestarter. But thank you for watching, thank you for clicking. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you all with a new video soon. Bye!